Hi, I'm Mike,
Hi, I'm Jack.
and we welcome you to the second episode of the We Are T1D podcast.
We are just two ordinary blokes from London in our 30s living with this chronic illness, type 1 diabetes.
And everything we say is through personal experience and opinions, and can be taken as guidance, but it's 100% not to be taken as medical advice.
Nah, like I told you last week, we ain't doctors, people.
Nuh-uh. This week we gave you the weekly update on our life, talked about the different types of diabetes, and a whole lot of other stuff. So we hope you enjoy it. Jack, how has your week been, and happy Easter, mate?
Yeah, happy Easter. My week has been actually quite alright, to be honest. I've had good levels. Oh, I've had a few lows this week due to very hard work, but
Yeah.
we move on and we deal with it.
That's at work, yeah.
Work's been hit me hard this week a little bit, I think. It's been a bit difficult. Obviously, we're the summer months coming up now, so we're starting to get busy, like our side of the trade. Obviously, everyone wants their gardens doing for the spring and the summer, so it's just been flat out working.
Yeah.
And I couldn't dig a hole or carry any materials for longer than about 20 minutes without my low glucose alarm going off.
Yeah.
So mentally, I have been quite stressed because it's just been constantly battling lows.
Yeah. What do you have your low alarm set at?
For work is about 4.5, so I've got a sort of heads up before it starts crashing.
That's very smart.
Because it does drop quite quickly. But any other day is set at about 4.2, 4.3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's set at 4.1, I think.
Yeah, see, I tried that, but I found with, obviously, work, as soon as I hit 4.1, by the time I had actually stopped, walked to the van, got myself a lift shot or a can of Coke or something, it had already dropped to sort of like in the freeze. And then obviously everyone knows how rough you start feeling.
Oh, yeah.
So I set it a little bit higher so it goes off a little. I've got that little bit of a pre-warning. So 9 times out of 10 now, I can actually catch it and treat it before it hits the red.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
So it's quite handy. It is quite handy. As I say, without the Freestyle Libra sensor, I don't know what will happen. Like, I honestly don't, because trying to deal with finger pricks whilst you're doing a job like mine is just not practical at all.
Yeah. And plus, your hands will be dirty all the time.
Yeah, well, do you know what? That is the exact point why my DSN put me on the Freestyle Libras, because he said I was so prone to infections. Obviously, you've got open wounds on the end of your fingers.
Yeah.
Be it they're so small, it doesn't matter. You've still got an open wound. So he put me on that straight away and said I'm not to really, unless I actually have to double check against the sensor just to make sure all the numbers are correct, or if I've got to check my ketones, I'm not supposed to be finger pricking whilst I'm out on building sites.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's not really something I thought of, to be honest. Like,
yeah. No, I know you're supposed to wash your hands before, but...
yeah, well, everyone says wash your hands before and wash your do, and especially me working on building sites, I should keep my hands clean. But shout out to all the builders out there. You know exactly what it's like. You're not going in and out of the restrooms, washing your hands every 10 minutes. It just don't happen. It just does not happen. How's your week been anyway? You had any oopsies?
Oopsies.
Oopsies. You had any oopsies?
I've had any oopsies. well, I don't want to talk about that one. No, I'm joking. I'd say my biggest oopsie was going swimming. I went high, like I made sure my sugars were high going swimming, and
yeah, I think I remember you texting me before.
Yeah,
I'm sure you sent me a screenshot of your graph saying I'm going swimming. Hopefully, this brings it down.
Well, yeah, I didn't think down that much though. It went down to 3.2. So
yeah, that's quite a crash.
It was, and then I had one of my lift shots, and I felt all right.
Do you know what? They're brilliant, them lift shots, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so good at getting you up.
They really are good. If it's not that, do you know what? I've found, and that's not the healthiest option, but you know the little tiny cans of Coke?
Yeah.
Little 150ml mixer cans.
Yeah, the baby cans.
They are Yeah, the baby cans. They look tiny in my hands, but they're very handy to carry around, and they are exactly 15 grams of carbs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the little tiny 150 ml ones are exactly 15 grams of carbohydrate. So to lift you up, they're perfect. And I find they keep me steady for a lot longer than what the lift shots do. The lift shots seem to fizzle out
Yeah.
quite quickly.
Yeah, I have to eat some sort of carb with them because they do disappear.
Yeah, I usually, if I have the 15 grams of lift shot, then I'd end up eating like the same sort of carb ratio with a snack. So I'd eat about 15 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
So once that's fizzled out, obviously you've got that 15 grams of carbs still left in your body. But with the Cokes, I've found I don't really need to eat as much. If I have like a whole Coke and then say I have maybe 8 or 10 grams of carbs, like a little snack or something, or even like half a banana or an apple, that works really well.
That is really good.
Yeah, they are, as I say, I do recommend them to people actually. If you don't, and it feels like a treat as well, because I used to love a can of Coke before I got diagnosed.
Yeah, as I said last week, I was banned from them when I was about 6. So
yeah, or to be honest, I've sort of banned myself before I was even diagnosed because I used to drink it so much.
Yeah,
it's not good for you, is it? Let's be honest.
No, that's what you realise with diabetes. If you eat something and it sends you terrible, it's not good for you.
No, yeah, exactly that. And do you know what? That happened last night. I had a curry last night, Michael.
Oh yeah, you sent me the picture of your curry.
Yeah, it weren't good.
But what was you like about an hour after?
I was so smug because I thought I nailed it. I was sending Michael pictures. I was like, yes. I think I remember I was about 6.8, I think, before. No, 6.1, I think I was before I injected.
Yeah.
So I'd done that. I worked it out to be about 101 grams of carbs. So I'd done 10 units, completely not thinking about any split bolusing or the way the fat's going to affect me. I just went for it.
Yeah.
What was it? I think it was an hour and a half after I screenshotted again and sent it to you, and it was still on 6.1.
Yeah.
Like the line had not moved, and I was so happy with myself. But yeah, I went to sleep. I got woken up at. Let's have a look at my graph. I got woken up at 10.
Did you had a low? Did you have a low?
Oh yeah. About an hour later, I ended up going hypo. I was 3.1.
Oh wow! So and you treated that, right?
Oh yeah, and some as well. Being at Easter, there's quite a few goodies laying around in the house at the moment, so I might have overtreated a little tiny bit.
Ah, okay.
But I don't care. Do you know what? I don't care. As I say, I ended up being woken up at 10 to 2 a.m. I was 12.3.
Yeah.
So I'd done was it 2 units? Yeah, I'd done a 2-unit correction.
Yep.
And it didn't do anything.
Where did you inject?
In my belly.
Oh, in your belly.
Yeah, I always do my Novas in my belly.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be faster in your stomach, slower in your thighs, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I do my long lanters. My long lasting, sorry.
Long lantus.
Which is a lantus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do my long lasting in my thighs. But yeah, every time I inject my Novo, it's always in my stomach.
Yeah, I'm the same actually these days. Unless I'm proper like doing my injection early, then I'll do it in my in my thighs or my bum because I know it will take long to absorb.
Okay. I've not really thought about that, to be honest. It's quite a good idea.
But yeah, I'll do it that way. But yeah, most of the time it's my stomach though, but sometimes I'm like, if I injected probably there, I shouldn't do it again. Oh, it's like rotating your sites. Like I don't want hard lumps like I got in my thighs because I just abused my thighs when I was a teenager, pretty much.
Yes. No, that was the one thing that my DSN and my diabetic care team was so adamant about is changing sites.
Yeah. They don't go on about changing needles, it's changing sites.
I thought that was just common sense, though, no? But I suppose not a lot of people have got that.
No, some people are literal.
Yeah.
Why is it hurting?
You're getting in the same place 17 times a day, mate.
Oh my God. But yeah.
Well, I woke up this morning and that curry had hit back with absolute vengeance, though.
Was
Like, as I
you
say,
this morning? I can't remember.
Well, as I say, I was 12.3, so I'd done 2 units, 10 to 2 last night in the morning. And I just went back to sleep, thought, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll wake up and I'll be in the green, cured.
Nice.
But no, I woke up and I was 14.3. So I was just like, oh, here we go. I thought it would start coming down because it did drop off.
Yeah.
It went down to like 13 point something, but then within the space of 10 minutes, the old morning glories kicked in.
Oh, yeah.
and and that took me up to about 18.
Oh, okay.
So I done 2 units of Novo and took myself down the shops to buy my wife an Easter egg because I am such a nice husband.
Did that help with your morning glory?
Yeah, it brought it right down, to be honest. I've just eaten some food.
Oh.
Let's move on from this innuendo, all right?
People that weren't listening last week, I don't even know if we spoke about it last week, but we call morning glory, it's called the dawn phenomenon.
Dawn phenomenon.
Yeah, that's it.
But
he can say it better than me.
In my household and between me and Michael, it is the morning glory.
Exactly. Because you get a slight rise in the morning. There you go. Makes sense.
Boom, boom.
Not everything's got to be serious with diabetes, guys, although it is very serious.
Nah, we're not serious about anything, to be honest, whether it be diabetes or just life in general. You got to have a laugh into your people. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yep. Pretty deep, Jack.
It is pretty deep. But that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
Well, since I've been diagnosed, this is how I live my life. I used to be a stress head. I used to stress about everything. I was stressing about money, stressing about whether the rent's being paid, work, this, that, and it used to drive me insane. But since being diagnosed, you can ask me why. Like, I don't really care about a lot.
Do you know what it is? You was probably always high, mate. And it probably brought on like anxiety and all the emotions that highs bring.
It probably did, to be honest. Yeah, now thinking about it like that, now you've just said that, it probably was.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Saying that, what did I do? I nailed drinking last night.
Drinking?
Yeah, I had a few beers with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Oh yeah, you went out on the laughs, didn't you?
No, not out. It was in-out. In-out, yeah.
For our... just quickly, I just want to poke my nose in there for the listeners that might not be in the UK. We have this thing that's either in, out, or you're out.
Who was it? It was Mickey Flanagan, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mickey Flanagan, yeah.
Funny guy.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. But how did it go? What did you do? You went quite high, didn't you?
Yeah, it started to rise, but I'd played golf. I want to talk about the golf first. Let's not jump ahead. So yesterday I went golf, and obviously with about eight of us, I won. Just saying, everyone was below me. That was a great day. And then so we ended up having a few beers back at theirs, and I drink Coors because it's lower in carbs, so hopefully it don't make me spike too much. So if I drink my favourite beer, which is Birra Moretti, my sugars start raising really, really fast.
My favourite beer before I got diagnosed, that's all I used to drink was Moretti.
Yeah, so nice.
I haven't touched alcohol since
diagnosis, is it?
Yeah, since diagnosis, I have not touched any alcohol whatsoever. Tell a lie, I did have one vodka on Christmas. And that's it. I have not touched any beers whatsoever. Like, to be honest, it's been quite helpful because it's been winter time, but now the sun's coming in,
yeah,
ever so slightly, and it's just it's so easy to find yourself in a beer garden after work on a Friday.
Oh yeah, I love a good. They're called old moot ciders. I love them so much. But obviously, it's cider and it's high sugar.
Yeah, it's the worst thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but your insulin resistance goes down in the sun, so your sensitivity goes up. So your insulin actually works better in the hotter weather. So
Okay.
I'm trying to justify drinking the cider, but I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've got a high glucose alarm going off now.
Oh no.
Oh, what are we? 11.7 going back up.
Oh, you're gonna have
It's going to be one of them
days,
days, isn't it?
There's nothing's going right. I hate diabetes.
No, it's fine. Do you know what? The weather's out. The weather's out. The sun is out. It's Easter Sunday, so it's only right. I'll just go for a nice little walk.
Do you know what to do? Go have a hot bath, mate. Make all that insulin work faster.
Well, I've just smashed off 2 slices of toast covered in butter and a whole bowl of porridge just before we went live on this. So that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, listeners, he worries why he's high.
Yeah, I injected for it though.
Yeah.
Obviously. But it might not have either been early enough or not enough.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Trial and error. Trial and error.
It's all maths, isn't it?
It is all maths, and my maths without a calculator is pretty terrible.
Yeah, mine too. My son would be like, it's this, it's that, it's this. I'll be like, oh, right, yeah, all right, thanks, mate.
Well, at least you got someone to help you.
Yeah, he's like a genius, that boy.
You should just bring it round with you.
Yeah.
Constantly, it could be like your own little personal calculator.
It's mental because he's quite like dopey in nature. He's like me. Like he's just dopey. He wants to laugh, but like his brain is so powerful.
That's good though.
Yeah.
As long as he knows how to use it properly, mate. That's all that matters.
Yeah, just got to keep the focus right. But what was I saying anyway? I was talking about drinking. Yeah. So basically, I nailed it. I went high. Obviously, you're gonna go high when you're drinking, and yeah. So I went high. I was like, oh, okay. I actually forgot to bring my long lasting with me as well, so I was late with that. My 8 o'clock alarm went off on my Libre app. The reminders are amazing. When you have your insulin on you, I only had my Novo on me, so I didn't have a long lasting injection. And then, yeah, so I was like, okay. So I had a few beers, I had beers. And then, yeah, I went high, come home. I was like, all right, how long till it drops off? Because when you drink, your sugars they're gonna plummet. So I have this little hack. I eat something but do a unit of injection less.
Okay.
So basically, you treat it like a hypo almost. You just want to come up that bit. So do you know what? Been 6 this morning. No lows, nothing.
I think that deserves a round of applause, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll give you one of them.
But if I drink too much, I don't follow my rules, and my wife has to deal with me at night, and I feel so sorry for her. Because when I'm drunk and hypo, mate, it's like being doubly drunk. It's horrible. Like, I don't respond.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Like, I love my wife so much, but shit I put her through, I feel so sorry for her.
Yeah, do you know what? It's amazing. It's what normal day-to-day people don't really see, the background of diabetes and how much it affects everything.
Yeah,
and
everything,
like
and
the
everyone.
people, like you take certain people for granted before your diagnosis. I think, like, obviously you wouldn't know this, but because obviously you've had it since you've been 10 years old.
Oh yeah, can I clear that up? Right, last week I said I got diagnosed in 1996 and I was 9. So my mum and my sister-in-law were like, it was in 1997, because my sister-in-law was like, it was just before we went to Australia and we weren't going to go because we was worried, and we was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh. So I made a boo-boo. That's my oopsie that's my oopsie, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. You lied to us.
Yeah, sorry guys. Anyway, back to the story.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, what was I saying actually? The other people, that was it. Saying you take people for granted, you really do. Because before my diagnosis, I was just a normal person,
Yeah,
normal day-to-day person, just cracking on, getting on with everybody, and then but once you get your diagnosis, you don't really realize how much certain people will go to the ends of the earth for you and back.
yeah. You find out who is actually there for you.
Yeah. Do you know, like the amount of people that actually text me and was actually come to visit me, or maybe even just to check in to see if I was okay, I could probably count on one hand.
That is the sad truth of it.
Yeah, but do you know what? That is what made me feel quite alone when I first got the diagnosis I did. But I'm so grateful that me and you got back into touch together, because like the advice and the support that that you, not only you give me, I feel like we both give each other.
100%, mate.
Like we're constantly pushing each other to do better. And to be perfectly honest, I think I'll probably speak to you during the day more than I talk to my wife.
Day and night. I mean, I'm lost without my morning glory chat.
Yeah, it sets me up for the day, that talk about morning glories, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what she said. Wait.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, I forgot to tell you this week. I had quite a funny one this week.
Oh, go on.
You know when people just don't get diabetes,
Oh, yeah.
like, or they just don't understand it, or as soon as they hear diabetes, they automatically point at you and give you the label as a type 2.
Yes. The diabetes stereotype.
Yes, yeah. Do you know how annoying that is?
Oh, massively, mate.
Like, I'm just like, I've only had it for 6 months, so I feel so sorry for people that's had to deal with it for, like you, the likes of 20, 26 odd years.
There's 25. I was actually 10.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm adding another year on your age now, and sorry, mate. But yeah, it's mental. I've had people commenting on my posts telling me that I could cure or reverse my diabetes with a herbal remedy. I honestly don't know how cinnamon is going to help me grow a pancreas.
I love that one so much. I think you are a stupid.
Yeah. Not saying too much.
Oh, how did you get diabetes? Did you eat too much sugar?
That's the worst one, mate. That is the worst. And as I said in last week's episode, I actually thought that is what happened to me. I thought I had eaten too much sugar, but now obviously I've done my research and I know that ain't the case at all. So when anybody always says it to me, you used to be fat when you was younger. Oh, that's like, it's your own fault. You've done it to yourself.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
People need to just learn. People need to listen to this podcast. Right, that's it. I'm going professional now, guys. Silence in the room.
Well,
I'm going to explain to you exactly what type 1 and type 2 is.
I've started him off now.
All right? I'm just going to get it out once. You will not hear this again in a different episode.
Go on, do you know what? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit back and let you vent.
Right. Type 1 diabetes. No. Right, basically, type 1 diabetes is when your immune system attacks your body by mistake and destroys your cells in the pancreas. And once them cells are gone, your body can't make any more insulin.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, the pancreas. Exactly that. It's gone. And do you know what? It's not from sugar. Well, it's from your own immune system. Like, it's mental. But do you know what? Type 1 diabetes is not preventable and you can't cure it, people.
Not yet, anyway.
No, not yet. But as me and you know, Jack, it's treatable and very controllable. And that's why we're talking about it now.
Exactly.
We just become our pancreas. But every bit of food is a maths equation. But we do it. We do. Like, we sit there with our phones and we like, oh, that's that amount of carbs. My ratio today is probably about that. And we get it right, we get it wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, as well, I got it really wrong last night, as you can see.
Right. Now I'm getting onto the stereotype. The stereotype is actually type 2 diabetes, which a lot of people consider to be type 1. Well, kind of, I guess.
They're completely different. They couldn't be more different if they tried.
No, they couldn't. They're so, like, type 2 is basically the effect of abusing your body from a bad diet, no exercise, or as people love to say, eating too much sugar. Yeah, that's type 2s, guys.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, type 2 is just you're insulin resistant.
Yeah.
And then the type 1 is you are insulin dependent. Like, we need insulin to survive.
Yeah. Just like normal people. Except we become the pancreas. That is it.
Yeah, do you know, I was talking to someone a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I didn't really know we were just halfway through a conversation. I bumped into him, and he just pulled his phone out mid-conversation and scanned his arm. I was like, oh, you're like me.
I love that feeling. I remember we went on holiday. There was this woman on the beach, and I kept looking at her. Maybe my missus thinking, why is he staring at her? But she had a sensor on her arm. I was like, oh my God, it's a dia twin. You know, like people do the touch and safe with their hands. I wanted to touch sensors.
Yes. But yeah, I was gonna say I was just chatting to him, and he said something that really stuck in my head. He was obviously, when he first got, because he was quite an old man.
Yeah.
And he has been diabetic, I think, more or less 90% of his life. So he's got a lot of experience, and he's obviously been through so many different medications, treatments, regimes, units, this, that. He's probably seen it all.
He's probably on the pig stuff, you know?
Yeah, he's probably seen everything. But he said to me, he was when I first got my Nova Rapid pen, I said to my doctor, so this is my pancreas. And the doctor said yes. He's like, so if I want to go into my kitchen now and eat a whole packet of McVitie's biscuits, I can do that. And the doctor said, yeah, as long as you calculate your carbohydrates and you inject your insulin correctly, that is basically what it is. So these Nova Rapid pen, I always tell it to people now, this little orange pen is my pancreas.
It's our best friend, to be fair.
Yeah.
Some people might have a different colour, just for...
Yeah, not everyone's on... Do you know what? I thought everybody would be on Nova Rapid when I first come out, but when I've got onto the Instagram and made my page and started doing my own sort of research for myself,
yeah,
there's so many different brands out there.
Yeah, it's like me and you, we're on different long-lastings. I'm on the Levemir and you're on the Lantus.
Yes, yeah, and you actually inject twice a day, don't you, for your Levemir?
Yeah. 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night, and you're just once a day.
Yes, yeah, I do every day, probably between about 10 and 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it makes me want your one, to be fair.
Ask about it.
Yeah, well, I did have an appointment in March, which got rescheduled to February next year.
Yeah,
thanks,
and
guys.
I had mine on the 15th, which was my first consultant's face-to-face appointment since I've been diagnosed, and because they decided to go on strike, I ended up getting pushed back till the 31st of May. So it's not as drastic as yours, but as you can probably put yourself in my shoes, is I've still actually haven't seen a consultant since I've been discharged. And that was on the 22nd of November 2022.
That is a long time. Well, you got me. And good old Bob. You got Bob as well. Don't forget Bob.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said earlier.
Bob's great.
Yeah, but do you know what? Bob from the Hillingdon Hospital Diabetes Care Unit, he's my DSN. He is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I remember when you said you got a meeting, I said, oh, it's probably Bob. Is it Bob? I was getting excited. I was like, please be Bob.
Yeah, and I mentioned your name while I was in there talking to him the first time I met him, and he said straight away, I know Michael, he's the one that's got the 3 kids.
Yeah.
So he remembered you well.
Yeah, because when I used to visit the hospital, obviously, he was in training, so all his time at the diabetic care unit in Hillingdon Hospital, he's known me.
Yeah, see, it's brilliant. It's so nice to be able to build up such a trusting relationship with someone like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice, and it's comforting. It is
It
comforting.
is. And as I say, even though I don't actually see the DSN that often, I think it's at the moment I'm doing sort of like every few months. I'll
Yeah,
bring. I don't know whether that's the normal or that's just because I've been freshly diagnosed, so they need to try and get as much info into me as possible. I'm not sure.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, probably. But even in between like my appointments, I've got a phone number for him. All I have to do is give him a text, and as soon as he's got spare time, he will give me a message back or he will phone me and answer any questions that
Yeah,
I need to know.
he is brilliant.
Yeah, he is
So
brilliant.
that's all I do. I don't have like my regulars are now with they're called endos or something, like the
Yeah,
diabetes
and
specialists.
yeah.
But don't see the nurse much anymore, obviously, because I've had it too long.
Yeah, you've just been left alone to deal with it
But
yourself now.
but any struggles I'm having, I can literally phone him up. He is there, and he's there to advise me to the best of his knowledge.
100%. Do you know what? You just said a word that's it's like a keyword. It's just clicked in my head. This is something I haven't actually spoken to you about this yet, but this is something I wanted to bring in to the podcast episodes. And I think we can get our listeners to get involved in this as well. So
Okay.
if you want to get involved, our socials. Obviously, mine is at We Are T1D on Insta, and Michael's is at T1D_Mike. If you want to get involved, give us a DM. But I want to bring in the struggle of the week and the win of the week.
Ooh.
So, what would your struggle be, Michael? What have you struggled with this week?
Nothing, because I'm perfect, mate.
Yeah, that's a lie. Let me just pull up our WhatsApp conversations and I can guarantee you that's a big lie.
Right, now, to be honest, my biggest struggle was going swimming on Monday because I've got callific tendonitis in my shoulder as well as frozen shoulder. And apparently, frozen shoulder is very common in diabetics, or it's more common for diabetics.
I've got more stuff to look forward to then, yeah.
You have, mate, you have.
Right.
But yeah, trying to swim with that when I can't like, if I hold my shoulder down and raise my arm, I can't get my hand above my hip.
Oh, really?
It locks that much, yeah, because I've got it's like a calcium block build up in the ball joint.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
that sounds painful.
it is painful.
Yeah.
I've stopped taking anything for it now. I'm just living with it, pretty much like diabetes. But I still take my medication for that.
So, what's your win of the week then?
My win. Do you know what? I've been 83% green this week in Target for the whole week. It's my best.
Go on, Mike.
I'm like in shock. That's with a lot of help from you as well. And do you know what? It's probably a lot to do with my meal preps.
Yeah, you've been meal prepping quite a lot this week, haven't you?
Yeah, I know. Guys, if you follow me on Gram, like I love to post a video of meal preps. But yeah, it's so good because I know exactly what I'm going to eat and I know exactly what to inject. I get used to the meal, so I know my timing of my insulin as well.
Yeah, see, that's all so helpful.
It's a routine that is amazing.
Yeah, see, I wish I could do that, but I can't because as I work on building sites.
I've always got a microwave nearby, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, exactly. I can't warm anything up, and I don't really fancy having cold noodles and spaghetti and things like that. It might be nice, but it's not my cup of tea.
What's your struggle of the week, Jack?
My struggle, I think, has probably been work, to be honest, because it's not been great for me this week. As I say, sometimes your body just decides to not play ball.
No, it don't.
And I couldn't work out what I was doing wrong. Like, I was injecting as normal. I was still doing my same ratios. I was still doing my breakfast and everything same. My long lasting was staying the same. But I just couldn't get out of going hypo.
That's crazy.
So I think in one day I ended up the accumulation of, I think I'd done 15 lift tablets.
Wow.
I was eating bananas, I was eating apples, I had chocolate bars, I had these little oat bars that I buy from Lidl's.
Oh yeah, they're the nice ones, aren't they?
They are really nice, they are. And they're only 13 grams of carbs, so they're quite the perfect snack to treat a hypo. And because they're oats, obviously, and they've got a little bit of protein in it, they're quite slow releasing, so they do tend to pick you up quite steadily.
Yeah, because you get the headache when you suddenly go low and then you're back all right. Oh mate, the headache kills me.
Yeah, it's just like a big head rush.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to like lie down, go in a dark room, close. I suppose it's like a migraine in a way.
Yeah, do you know what? Sometimes I feel sorry for the boys that I work with because it's like I can't keep up with them anymore like I used to before.
Yeah.
But even though I've probably been diabetic for years, but I didn't know. So it was never that thing that's in your head constantly. Like I was just cracking on, and if I started feeling a bit iffy, I'd just go and eat something or have a bottle of Coke. And if I was high, as I say in the first episode, I just used to be so sweaty all the time and like sort of tired. But I just thought I was just a sweaty guy, and I was just tired all the time because I didn't really get a lot of sleep. It's always early mornings, late nights.
Yeah. Oh, I'm terrible for sleep.
Obviously, I start work. I have to be at my work yard at 7 a.m. So
Yeah, well,
I'm up every morning, 5 a.m., 5:30, probably 5:45-ish. I do my first Nova injection for my breakfast, eat me breakfast, do this, do that, and then I'm out the door for the rest of the day.
yeah.
That is the sort of my struggle and my win are sort of a spin off each other because,
So what's your win then?
well, my win, I went out yesterday as well to Paradise Wildlife Park.
Yes, with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, do you know what? To be honest, I weren't looking forward to it. I'm not one of these people that gets involved and, yeah, let's go.
Come on, guys! Look, it's a T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm quite miserable to be honest, but it was actually quite a good day. I spent the day out with my family, and obviously, with bar the lifting and digging, I was more or less as active as I usually am at work. Like walking, I still hit like 10,000 steps.
Nice.
I'm walking around all day with the kids on my shoulders, so it weren't really. I was sort of quite active like I was normally at work. But that's, as I say, my win. I have clocked now. Why my win has been because I've just worked it out that I just need to eat more food and not be so scared.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned earlier, them little cans of Coke that are 15 grams. I tend to just sit on one of them if I'm quite active. Obviously, it keeps me quite level.
No, it's really good.
It doesn't really tend to spike me up as much as it like used to, like with the lift shots. So you'd end up shooting right up, and then 10 minutes later you're right back down, and then you're right back up again, and then it just becomes a ping pong effect all day.
It's a real roller coaster, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've had a few messages on Instagram like, "Oh, I'm having a roller coaster day."
Yeah. Do you know, it is exactly that. It is exactly that though. It's just up and down constantly.
Do you ever like try and make a picture out of your graph?
Yeah, do you know what? I've done that a few times.
Like mine is literally a Snorlax today.
I've had a couple of mountains. I think we've had a couple of diabetic sauruses that we call them. They look like a few T-Rexes popping up here and there.
Oh, it's just a fun game to play, guys.
The more and more you know, like we don't take anything seriously, and I think the more and more you can laugh about these sort of things, your mental health is so much better.
Yeah, just accepting who you are. You're a type 1 diabetic.
Exactly. You are who you are. Nothing's going to change it, and if nobody can accept that fact, then see you later.
Yeah, like your mate in the coffee shop.
I haven't mentioned that yet, have I? Don't. That was this is probably one of the most far out there comments I have ever received since being diagnosed. Anyway, I'll tell you this story, right? We go into our local Costas right next to our work yard, more or less every single day. So I've got to know these people over the time that I've been working for this company. I've walked in, I've ordered our normal usual coffees for the three of us, and he's gone, "Would you like any cakes today?" It's like, "No, I'm fine, thank you, I'm diabetic." And he sort of looked at me like I was joking or trying to have a laugh with him. And he's still trying to give me the cake. So I was like, no, honestly, bro, like, I'm diabetic. And I showed him my sensor. Like, look, I've got a robotic thing on my arm, mate. I'm diabetic. I don't want your cakes. I'm cool. Then he's like, do you know something? I said, what? Go on. He went, diabetes is fake. It's just, oh yeah, go on. Oh, do you know what? I thought any other day I would have snapped and just gone, yeah, whatever, like, off, mate. See you later. Keep your coffees. But I thought, do you know what? I'm going to entertain this guy. So I've gone, go on, mate, enlighten me. What's the crack? So he said, diabetes was invented the same as COVID to scare people. So it's all to do with the Illuminati. And it's so that pharmaceutical companies can gain off the profits.
What?
It's just there is just some ignorant people out there, man, that really have not got a clue what they're talking about, and they think because they've seen a few conspiracy theories on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's literally a geezer that lives on YouTube, like reading into every story, and
yeah.
It's not really coffee shop banter, is it?
Not really, nah. He could have just asked me if I wanted skimmed or semi-skimmed, but he started going on about the Illuminati. It's just some people, man. Like, you just can't teach them.
The ignorance, yeah.
But we need to get some business cards made up, Mike. I think because for people like this, I'm not going to snap anymore. I'm just going to whip out the business card and go, do you know what, mate? You could listen to the We Are T1D podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to make some. I'm not even joking. Obviously, I do graphic design, so I'm just going to whack up a business card, put our podcast cover on it, put a little QR code on it, so you scan it, boom, you play the podcast.
That would be perfect.
That's how it's done.
That would be absolutely perfect. But it's, do you know what? The way the first episode has kicked off, though, mate, has just been mental. It's been absolutely mental. Like, the community that we've got on Instagram at the moment is, I can't even put it into words. It's just brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, I put up loads of stories, and I wouldn't put up stories if I didn't want the people that are in the community to see them. Like, I want to interact with you all. Like, I will drop hearts. I will comment on your stories. I love to hear from other diabetics, and Jack does as well.
Yeah, the thing is, we're not doing it to be. We're not one of them people. We're not one of them pages that's gonna we're out there campaigning and trying to. We're not doing this for profits. We are solely doing this to raise awareness, and because this is just something that we enjoy, and it's a way for us to get our opinion out and vent a little bit every week. To be honest.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So if you see a message from us, just know we're not spamming you. It's like we actually care and we actually want to talk to all of you lot.
Yeah. Because in the outside world, we're neglected.
Yeah, and it's true. It's true. Unless you've got them people that are close to you and they actually see you 24/7 a day and they see all the lows and they see all the highs and they see the stress and they see the struggle and the maths equations and the other 10,000 jobs that comes with this illness.
Exactly.
Like, no one really understands exactly how much goes into it apart from other diabetics.
Yeah. And with type 1 diabetes, in the UK, only 10% are type 1.
Well, really?
The other 90% is either there's a pregnancy one, which I don't know too much about. I think you just become diabetic while you're pregnant.
No, yeah, I've heard about that, but I've not really looked into that at all.
Yeah, something like that. But there's that one. And then there's type 2 diabetes. So, guys, if you're in the 10%, there ain't a lot of us.
Nah, and as I say, our DMs are open constantly. Yeah. I don't care. Morning, noon, night, whenever.
Exactly. If you want to see my Snorlax graph, just ask. I'll send it. Like, there's highs in there, there's lows in there. I'm not perfect.
Do you know what? That actually, I put a story out the other day because I was thinking about it and I got quite a few response back. So I think the people have spoken. I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram, I think. Yeah, well, as I say, it's nice to have everyone give us the feedback that they have been, and it, like, honestly, it's been overwhelming. Like, the amount of, like, I did not expect this ever. I thought it was just going to be mums, dads, and wives listening to it, to be honest. But it's gone mental. It's gone mad. We actually hit the number 89 position in the Apple worldwide podcast chart.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did. I think I've still got a screenshot on my phone somewhere of my wife that she sent it to me because she looked on one of the chart websites and see it. Well, I think we're sitting at in the 200s now because we dropped off quite a bit, but we did hit in the top 100. And that was just after 48 hours of that first episode dropping.
It's absolutely mental. Thank you, guys.
Honestly, we can't thank you enough. It's been mad. It's been absolutely mad. So, as I say, it's only right that you lot have supported all of us, and now I want to give something back. So, I'm going to run a competition. It's free to enter. I think the only thing I'm going to do is just literally you got to like, comment, and maybe share the picture. I haven't decided exactly yet, but there will be details on my @WeAreT1D Instagram account. So just keep an eye out for that. But the prize is going to be, you've seen it, Mike, you know, the black medical bag that I carry around with me for work.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good bag.
It is a good bag. It's brilliant. I literally take it with me every single day to work. It's got spaces for all your needles. It's got spaces for... I always keep my finger prick machine in there. I've got the little carbs and cows book in there in case I want to eat any couple of snacks when I'm out and about.
You're better than me.
That's gonna be the prize. So yeah, keep your eyes out peeled for that, people. I think I'm gonna do that on Wednesday.
Wednesday, what's that? That's
12th. There we go. Wednesday the 12th, people. Look out for that on my Instagram. It'll be on a post. It'll be on the stories. Get involved. I don't care where you are in the world. I'll pay for it. I'll ship it to you.
That's very nice of you, Jack.
Yeah.
That should be it for this week, Jack.
Yeah. I think that's it. If you want to stay up to date with us until then, just drop us a follow on Instagram. It's @WeAreT1D.
My Instagram is @T1D_Mike.
We really hope you've enjoyed this episode of the podcast.
And if you want to show support, please feel free to share it and even drop a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple.
Oh, 5-star review would be lovely.
Yes, that would really, really help.
Thank you, people. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Until next time.